What if the secret to a longer, clearer, and more robust life was to spend a few peaceful minutes every morning? Do you want to test it? It may seem too easy to be important, but that's precisely why most people overlook it. Imagine this: in the same area, two men awaken. One is 67, weary and drowsy, clutching the wall for support. The other, who is around the same age, is putting on his sneakers and going outside cheerfully and with enthusiasm. What was the difference? It's not a stroke of luck. The genes aren't flawless. They start their day that way. The first few minutes after getting up after the age of 65 might be the most underappreciated chance for freedom and good health. According to groundbreaking research from leading medical institutes, your brain is impacted by what you do as soon as you open your eyes, your circulation and your ability to stay active for years to come. These are not hypotheses. These small routines build up to long-lasting transformation. We'll go over a powerful 5-minute morning routine in this video that older individuals utilize to keep strong, think clearly, and move easily. All you'll need are effective science-based behaviors rather than costly equipment, stress, or intricate procedures. You're in the perfect place if you want to age gracefully and live each day with clarity and control. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button before we start. It assists people in finding resources that genuinely promote aging in a healthy way. I would also be delighted to hear from you. When you wake up, what do you do first? Let's share our knowledge by leaving a remark below. Let's now examine the 5 minor adjustments that have the potential to drastically alter how you age and wake up. Warm lemon water is the first step. Let's start with what you do as soon as you wake up. Within 60 seconds, your body starts each day in a mildly unbalanced state after the age of 60. Because it occurs in the background while you're asleep, most individuals are unaware of this. Your body loses water during the night as a result of skin evaporation and respiration. By the time you open your eyes, about half a liter has been consumed. You don't perspire. You're not thirsty, but your blood thickens inside. Your heart must exert more effort. Additionally, your brain starts the day dehydrated and a little slow. There is more to this early morning dehydration than just discomfort. It puts additional strain on the liver, the organ that spends the entire night cleaning out toxins, raises the risk of stroke in older persons, and causes dangerous blood pressure surges. Because of this, the first thing you put into your body has a greater impact than you may realize. It shouldn't be coffee either. Instead, begin with a straightforward yet effective idea. 1 little wedge of fresh lemon juiced into a glass of warm water. That's all. The effects last for less than a minute, but they affect almost every system in your body. Cold and warm water behave differently. By gently widening blood arteries, it improves oxygen flow and lessens cardiac strain. This is particularly beneficial if you suffer from high blood pressure or any other cardiovascular issue, which is more prevalent as people age. Let's now discuss the lemon. It's more than just taste. Your cells need the natural potassium, vitamin C, and electrolytes that little wedge provides first thing in the morning. It promotes liver detoxification by stimulating the liver and activating enzymes that aid in the removal of waste that your body has laboriously accumulated throughout the night. There's more, though. Citrus fruits, such as lemons, contain compounds that have been demonstrated to promote joint health by inducing the creation of collagen. The protein called collagen maintains the strength of your blood vessels, the firmness of your skin, and the flexibility of your joints. This small practice can unobtrusively turn into one of your greatest allies if you're a senior who suffers from stiffness, inflammation, or aches. For instance, consider Helen, a former school librarian. She started having moderate vertigo and finger stiffness when she got out of bed at the age of 71. Medication was not prescribed by her physician. He suggested that she do one tiny thing instead: have a glass of warm lemon water every morning. Within weeks, Helen observed that her mornings were more focused, her hands felt looser, and her stomach was smoother. She only made a conscious change rather than a significant one, and her body reacted. Although this isn't a miraculous remedy, it is a signal to your body that you should support it rather to put undue strain on it. Cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks and strokes, are most likely to occur in the first 2 hours after waking, according to heart health experts. Why? The body is shifting from sleep to movement due to dehydration, constricted blood vessels, and slow circulation. And it is at its most susceptible during that time. However, warm lemon water transforms that vulnerable moment into a safeguarding one. It provides your heart and brain what they need to start the day without stress, helps you rehydrate, and gently increases circulation. And here's something that most folks don't consider. When you drink, it matters more than what you drink. Having lemon water later in the day isn't harmful, but it doesn't have the same impact. When you wake up, your body needs this support. This habit works when your internal systems are still readjusting. It's magic in silence. There is no need for costly supplements, complicated procedures, or prescription for this 1-minute act. Understanding it doesn't require a nutrition degree. All it requires is your focus and a readiness to be gentle to your body. Therefore, next morning, take a moment to stroll to the kitchen, pour warm water, squeeze in that lemon, and sip gently before checking your phone, talking to anyone, or making your customary cup of coffee. It's not only hydration at that moment, it's lucidity, it's power. It's a silent affirmation that you are beginning the day with purpose. Taking care of oneself as soon as you wake up is your first and most crucial choice. Section 2. Resetting circulation. Let's go on to your morning's second minute. Many people think that waking up is as easy as opening your eyes and getting to your feet, but the reality is much more nuanced, particularly as we become older. After 6, 7, or even 8 hours of inactivity, your blood circulation naturally slows down. Because blood tends to pull in the lower limbs, this is most obvious there. After a full night's sleep, your brain doesn't get as much oxygen as it requires. Your balance is off, even though you might not notice it right away. Your body is not entirely prepared to move, and your lucidity is diminished. This subtle change in circulation can be harmful to elderly persons. The initial 60 seconds after getting out of bed are very crucial. Your current actions could either position you for a stable day or put you at risk for fainting, exhaustion, or falls. What is the answer then? Just a single mild minute of movement, a little sequence that signals your body to flip on like a switch. Here's the method. Place your feet shoulder-width apart as you stand. As you gently raise your arms above your head, take a calm, deep breath through your nose. Then, as you exhale through your lips, carefully lower them. Then, at a leisurely speed, roll your shoulders back 5 times. Roll them forward 5 more times after that. At the end, raise your heels off the floor and bring them back down. 10 times. That's all. These exercises aren't your typical kind. They are unambiguous cues to your body that the day has started. This is known to medical professionals as muscle pumping. Blood is forced upward from your feet to your heart and then to your brain when your calf muscles contract, restoring oxygen flow to the brain and lessening the morning fogginess and lightheadedness that many people encounter depend on this mild, natural push. Most significantly, it lessens the chance of the morning fall, which is something that not many people discuss. Researchers have found that the first hour after waking up is when older persons fall the most. Why? Because a sudden drop in blood pressure and brain oxygen might occur when you stand up too quickly without allowing your body to adjust. However, that risk can be significantly changed with just 60 seconds of attentive activity. According to studies, this little regimen can lower the risk of falls related to the morning by almost 40%. That is a significant improvement. It is the distinction between harm and independence. However, the advantages extend beyond blood flow. The lymphatic system,
Another essential bodily function is also awakened by these gentle motions. Your lymphatic system depends on muscular movement in contrast to your circulation, which is powered by the heart. It improves immunological function, eliminates toxins, and even aids in the fight against chronic inflammation. But until you move, it cannot function. This explains the impact of the first minute of movement. It awakens your internal cleansing system and circulation. It helps you think more clearly, improve your balance, and start the day with order rather than chaos. Consider Walter, an 80-year-old who used to utterly miss his mornings. Usually feeling weak and confused before midday, he would get out of bed and go straight to the couch with a cup of coffee. He realized his body needed something new after a simple fall when he was grabbing for the remote. His physician suggested a 60-second morning activation regimen. Just awareness, no tools, no stress. He had improved balance, increased energy, and a more stable start to each day within a week. This is the true meaning of natural health for seniors. Responding to your body's requirements at the precise moment they arise is more important than doing intense exercises or taking a lot of medicines. It's not necessary to do more to age nicely. It entails acting more intelligently. One of the most neglected chances for long-term health is to support the delicate transition between sleep and movement. So don't rush tomorrow morning. Don't disregard that quiet moment. Make use of it. Take a proud stance. Breathe deeply. Take cautious while you move. Only a minute. You might still be walking with confidence in your 80s, a strong heart, a clear head, and the calm that comes with knowing your day started with a purpose, all because of one silent minute. Protein in the first half hour is the third section. Now that your circulation is working and your body is moving, let's discuss the next crucial phase. When and what you put into your body. Muscle atrophy isn't always apparent after age 65. Initially, it occurs quietly and slowly. Your body enters a condition of fasting when you sleep. It starts using stored energy to keep your organs working through the night. Here's the catch, though. Your body does more than burn fat if you don't properly and promptly replenish. Muscle tissue begins to be broken down. As you age, this catabolic process grows more aggressive and can gradually rob you of your strength, balance, and independence if you don't stop it. The initial half hour after waking up is therefore very important. It goes beyond simply eating breakfast.
It's about giving your body protein, the one thing it really needs. Over time, older persons who eat 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein in the first half hour of the day maintain noticeably more lean muscle, according to data from the National Institute on Aging. On the other hand, even if they eat well later, people who postpone or neglect protein in the morning are far more likely to lose muscle quickly. Why is this important? Because weakness isn't the only effect of muscle loss. It makes you more likely to tumble. It slows down your metabolism. It makes maintaining your energy, weight, and even immune system more difficult. And it all starts when you wake up in that silent window. Allow me to tell you about Martin, a 70-year-old gardener who used to completely forego breakfast. Although he believed he was cutting calories, he started to feel drained and exhausted and found it difficult to remain upright when he went for morning walks. He made one adjustment following a visit to his physician and a straightforward suggestion: have a healthy, protein-packed breakfast to start the day. Martin felt more stable, focused, and energized after 2 weeks. He felt increased support for his joints. His hands no longer shook as they once did. The nicest aspect was that he didn't feel like he was exerting more effort. He just fueled more intelligently. It is after recovery, not during exercise, that your muscles are developed. And after a lengthy period of fasting, mornings are the ideal time to recuperate. Protein supports the brain's neurotransmitters that regulate mood, memory, and focus, as well as bone strength and tissue healing. What does this actually look like in practice then? Complicated recipes are not necessary. Counting every gram is not necessary. All you need at the beginning is a reliable source of protein. For instance, 2 boiled eggs with a slice of avocado, a bowl of Greek yogurt with almonds, a scoop of pure whey protein added to a smoothie, or, if you're vegetarian, soft tofu, cottage cheese, or chia pudding can all be effective. The brand is irrelevant. It's the timing. When it comes to senior nutrition, this is one of the most ignored facts. Most people believe as long as they hit their total protein target by the end of the day, they're safe.
However, protein is neither stored or processed as it once was by the aging body. Quantity becomes less significant than timing, and it's not only muscles that benefit. Consuming protein early in the day helps control blood sugar, which lessens cravings and mid-morning crashes. It promotes brain clarity and hormone balance. It aids in weight management and hunger control, which is particularly crucial for people with insulin resistance or extra abdominal fat. You have no intention of becoming a bodybuilder. All you're doing is providing your body with the resources it needs to remain resilient, robust, and self-sufficient, because breakfast is no longer just another meal after the age of 50. It turns into a signal to your body that you are rebuilding today rather than collapsing,
that you are making the decision to sustain yourself right from the start of the day. Take that moment seriously when you get up and start your day tomorrow. Give your body intentional fuel, one morning at a time. Give it the building blocks it needs, and observe how something so seemingly insignificant can change your energy, posture, and even your mental health. Joint mobility is the 4th section. 90 seconds. Even though your body may feel motionless after a restful night, something less tranquil is taking place inside your joints. Overnight, the fluid that normally maintains your spine, hips, and knees flowing smoothly thickens. It's how nature slows things down. However, that stiffness in the morning can easily escalate into something more dangerous for older folks. A restricted range of motion and eventually a higher chance of falling. Many seniors are unaware that stiffness isn't solely a result of aging. It has to do with movement, or more specifically, the absence of it. Internal friction rises when joints remain inactive for extended periods of time. The initial few minutes after waking are therefore very important. The good news is that it just takes a minute and a half. Begin with a basic warm-up while seated. Take a seat at your bed's edge. Rotate each ankle gently in a circle 10 times in one direction and 10 times in the opposite direction. Take your time. Allow the movement to feel organic. After that, flatten your feet and carefully turn each knee. Just little circles to let your joints know they're awake.
Now, gently and carefully rise up, balancing on a firm surface. Adjust your weight from side to side as necessary, letting your hips wobble slightly. After that, spin your upper body left and right while keeping your hands on your hips. Finally, while taking deep breaths, slowly and steadily move your shoulders backward. This isn't an exercise regimen. Your body is getting a message. It says, "I'm ready to move today." When you give your joints a moment to stretch, rotate, and loosen, you reduce the internal pressure. By warming up your joints' natural lubricant, synovial fluid, you can avoid the accumulation of stiffness that may cause pain or even harm down the road. Regular joint activation has long been highlighted by the Mayo Clinic as a way to reduce the risk of degeneration, arthritis, and persistent joint discomfort. More significantly, it reduces the risk of falls, among the main reasons why older persons are admitted to hospitals. These mild movements improve joint flexibility, improve balance, and prime your body for the rest of the day. However, this habit is emotional as well as physical. Endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that naturally improve your mood and lower stress, are released when you move your body, even softly. Many folks wake up with that drowsy, heavy feeling. It frequently results from a lack of morning movement rather than from inadequate sleep. The 75-year-old Seattle resident Linda used to hate her mornings.
It was like walking through frigid molasses, she said. For hours, she had back pain, locked knees, and mental fog. Following a conversation with her daughter, a physical therapist, Linda made the decision to attempt a quick joint mobility exercise every morning. After barely 90 seconds, she was initially dubious. Her discomfort, however, subsided after a week. After 2 weeks, she no longer had to grab the railing in order to traverse the kitchen. Additionally, she felt more emotionally in control of her day, leading it rather than having her body dictate it. That is this habit's true beauty. Just conscious movement, no complicated equipment, no gym, no prescription drugs. It increases resilience if it is done every day. It safeguards your autonomy.
It communicates to your mind and body that you are still powerful, capable, and in complete control. Consider your joints to be similar to an instrument's strings. Tuning them doesn't have to wait until the middle of the performance. Before you play, you tune. In the same way, you prepare your joints before you walk, take a shower, or lift a supermarket bag. So tomorrow morning, before the busyness begins, give yourself this gift. Don't neglect it. Don't hurry by it. These 90 seconds have the power to change everything, not only for how you feel right now, but also for how you will behave in 5, 10, or even 20 years. Protecting your mobility is something you can do at any time. Additionally, it starts in just 1.5 minutes. Reverse memory recall is covered in Part 5. You don't have to put up with forgetfulness as you age. It might be unnerving to lose your keys, have trouble remembering names, or enter a place without knowing why. However, if we take the same care of our minds as we do of our bodies, we can maintain mental acuity far into our 80s and beyond. Without warming up, you wouldn't expect your muscles to function. Therefore, why expect your brain to focus completely without any prior preparation? This is when a straightforward but effective technique comes in handy. Reverse memory recall only requires a single, peaceful minute every morning. No pressure, no screens, no puzzles. This is how it operates. Choose a comfortable spot to sit where you won't be bothered. Shut your eyes. Breathe slowly and deeply. Proceed to mentally retrace the events of the past 24 hours. Let's start with last night. For dinner, what did you eat? What did you read or watch? With whom did you speak? After that, smoothly transition into the afternoon. Which feelings came to the surface? Which tasks did you finish? Return till you reach the point where you opened your eyes the day before. Don't stress over every little detail. The effort, the act of calling the memory forward in reverse, is what counts most. Your brain's hippocampus, which stores and retrieves memories, is activated by this one habit. The amazing part comes next. Daily practice of this promotes the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Consider BDNF to be your brain's miracle develop. It supports the growth of new neurons, strengthens connections between them, and builds mental resilience that slows cognitive decline. Indeed, research from organizations such as Stanford's Center for Brain Longevity has demonstrated that older persons who engage in daily memory recall, even for just 1 minute, have superior short-term memory, higher verbal clarity, and slower rates of mental deterioration than those who do not. Consider Robert Dawson. He is 72 years old and resides in Vermont as a retired park ranger. He started to notice minor errors a few years ago, such as forgetting names in conversations. He was more concerned by it than he admitted. He began allocating 1 minute every morning after his stroll after learning about reverse recall from a wellness club. He would sit by the window, close his eyes, and run backwards over the scenes from the previous day, as they were in a movie. It seemed strange at first, but after 3 weeks, something changed. Not only was he recalling more, he was more rooted. He started to remember small errands and people's birthdays, even the book titles he meant to look up. He compared it like clearing the fog from the window. Everything became evident all of a sudden.
This is even more effective because of this. Time. Reverse recall is most effective when your body has been gradually reactivated following hydration. Your brain is totally oxygenated at that point, following mild exercise, joint mobility, and blood circulation. You have stimulated your neurons. The most significant impact of this exercise occurs at that point. This isn't merely a mental exercise. It is a daily gesture of self-respect. It's the process by which you remind yourself that your mind is still capable of learning, is still deserving of attention, and has advantages that extend well beyond memory. Your day is shaped by your level of mental clarity. By reducing your stress reaction, it can improve your mood, ease nervous thoughts, and even lessen physical inflammation. You're communicating with your brain in only one little minute. You're conscious. You're on guard. You are in charge. There are no specific tools required. An app is not necessary. You only need to be present, have a peaceful place to be, breathe, and be willing to go backwards and retrace your life's events one day at a time. Give your mind the same present tomorrow morning after you've taken care of your body. Breathe, remember, and sit. Additionally, your calmness, clarity, and confidence will return when your memories do. A sharper, more stable intellect for the years to come. Just 1 minute, one habit. Feeling powerful, focused, and alive doesn't require a costly gym or a medicine closet. It only takes 5 intentional, attentive minutes every morning to make a big difference in how you mature and navigate your day. It's not about fighting time to age well. It involves cooperating with your body and mind, respecting the cues they give, and reacting gently rather than harshly. These 5 easy routines aren't panaceas, but with regular practice, they turn into silent partners that help you become stronger, more independent, and more clear-headed. You're not attempting to regain your youth. You are assuming the role of your most powerful self. Someone who wakes up knowing they still have a lot of life left, moves with purpose, and thinks clearly. Every morning is a call to either slow down or completely present, to remain in the moment or to choose awareness and presence. It's up to you to decide that. Please share this message with someone you care about if it gave you comfort, clarity, or perhaps a glimmer of hope. The best present kids can get all year could be a few words of encouragement in the morning. And now is a wonderful opportunity to subscribe if you haven't already. Together, we're creating an environment where getting older translates into being stronger, wiser, and more purposeful. Your biggest asset is your health. Begin each day as though it were important. Because it is. It is.